Alrighty, good morning everybody, or wherever you are. We are back for another Checkmate Coronavirus Arena on Leech Us. Again in the eternal fight against the half-timers and all other species that dare challenge me. So let's get right into it. This guy seems to be wanting a King's Indian setup, or he just throws his pawns forward on the king side. Yep, the best thing about someone half-timing when it's with increment is they don't get the increment, which is rather nice. Alright, now this looks juicy. For someone like me, this is looking difficult to defend. Even though I'm 2 pawns down, I want to get at this sucker's king, and I want to do it in short order. Alright, what's the best way through? So, first idea, you threaten bishop takes g3, and you can't capture because then you drop the rook. But this also pins the pawn and allows for queen h4 ideas. Can I play queen h4? Alright, is queen h4 an option? Alright, I'm just gonna say yes. Let's go for the king here. Remember, there's only one piece that you need to win the game, and that's the king. Alright. Alright, so bishop takes g3. This looks catastrophic if you retreat, so I'm assuming captures, queen captures. But then you get nasty discoveries. Yep, this is game. Oh, there we go. Alright, and greetings to everyone who's checking me out in the chat. Do appreciate from people who have been around the channel a while to people who are checking out something new. Alright, let's play some more chess, my friends. Alright, let's see, more chess, more half-timers. Is this guy gonna berserk me? And if you're a viewer on Twitch who doesn't know what berserking is, it's a feature on Lead Chess that enables you to lose half of your time in return for getting an extra point in the tournament if you win the game. So it's attractive for people who are much better than everyone else and can do that. But for laymen like me and probably most of the viewers in the chat, berserking is not a good idea. I've done it occasionally with typically catastrophic results, because once you start playing bullet during a blitz game, things don't turn out very well. I can tell everybody in the chat instantly that I'm not a bullet player at all. Again, just another hello to everybody in the chat today. Alright, rook b1, we target this vulnerable b pawn, which prevents you from moving the bishop. But if you play b6, then you've effectively stranded your bishop on a5, and that's also not very desirable. Alright, we're going to move some pieces around here and see what we can get done. His development is rather awkward because you can't develop the bishop because this hangs the pawn. b6 sticks your bishop on a5. Alright, so now he's prepping e5, but I also have bishop h7. Oh man, if my knight was in range of g6, this would be very nice. Okay, so gives up the bishop pair early. Opening this diagonal with a late scored bishop for me is looking very nice. Yeah, I give back the bishop pair, but I'm also threatening to take on b7 next, so that kind of prompts some action, at least from black. Yep, again, threatening captures on b7. And so if you take here, then I have free reign to take on f4, and you can't touch the d-pawn because of bishop h7, which picks up the queen. If you do not know this theme, you need to know this theme. Because it is very, very common in online games. I've fallen for it before several times, and yep. Alright, I don't like this because I get a rook on the 7th rank. The d-pawn is still untouchable due to bishop h7. So we'll see what black comes up with here. Perhaps an effective idea moving forward if he threatens to take on d4 is to play bishop g6 and then f5, as this basically cements his king and prevents him from blocking with rook f7 on the 7th rank if I happen to double. Alright, so king h8, so introduces the threat of capturing on d4. So we're going to say, nope, no capturing on d4 for you. We're going to guard it with the queen. And now we can play f5, if need be. Perhaps not immediately, because we don't exactly need to prompt bishop d5. Alright, so bishop retreats. I think we need to move the rook. But where to? Alright, so my mode is b3. A couple reasons. First of all, that means we can double on the b file. And second, it also gives me infiltration possibilities to e7, which is currently weak because the black rook cannot access e8. Okay, c5. We'll respond queen a5 because you cannot capture, as now your pawn is pinned. You can't capture with the queen because then you drop the bishop. So in this way we pick up another pawn. And the queen cannot venture off the 6th rank, which is going to be a problem for black very soon. If something like rook e6, or maybe even the other rook to e6 hits, and he just ends up timing out. Alright, good game, MJ. Thank you very much for the game, good sir. I guess while we're on a quick gap in the games, I just wanted to thank all of the people who set these Checkmate coronavirus arenas up on Lead Chess, bringing together people for a very good cause. Shout out to woman grandmaster Lexi Dim, who has been very faithful in organizing a bunch of these tournaments and being active in the tournament chat. So thank you to Fide for doing this great online tournament series, and thanks to Lexi Dim for all the work that you're doing on Lead Chess. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Alright, Queen's Indian Defense is coming up next. If you haven't played the Queen's Indian Defense, I recommend it as black. You temporarily get a spatial disadvantage, but you can strike easily in the center with d5 and c5 at the right moment, so black is really quite fine here. Alrighty, and black already has a solid position that has potential for some active play. And c6 is also a theme here in similar positions. Although you're temporarily blocking your bishop, your bishop can be freed later, so it's not a huge deal. And because white has played g3, it's impossible for you to retreat the bishop to h4 and keep the pin, because then g5 traps the bishop. Alright, what's an active play for black here? So I'm going to play queen e7 so that I can play knight bd7 and perhaps exchange off this strong knight. Although I will have to respond to e4 first. And I can even go for c5 here, trying to undermine this d4 support point for the knight. Knight d5. Huh. Interesting. Does that just win an exchange for white because of my bad rook situation? Because if it takes, then that rook gets stuck. Huh. Clever. Something like knight e7. Oh, you can't do that. Something like knight f6. But then gf6 holds tight because I attack the knight on e5. f5. Hey Naj, hello in the chat. Thank you for the compliments on the setup. I try hard to create a good look on stream. Yeah, I get pawn f6. Could I have played f6? Yeah, I bet I could have played f6. Oh. f6. Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good suggestion, Naj. In the meantime, over here at Not Doing Well Camp, we are winning some material back for the queen. But is it going to be enough? So, yeah, and that's really clever. Just gives back the queen to go up the rook. Yeah. Oh well. It's just Blitz. Yeah, I will say that he did have the great move giving back the queen for the bishop, because that allowed him to pick up the rook cleanly on a8, and also eliminated my powerful bishop on b7. So that was a really clever resource. So the first cardinal rule of Blitz is never give up. So we're going to fight on, and a good lesson that can be learned from times like this is a couple things. First of all, looking and paying attention for so-called cheapos, where you're just trying to set a trap for your opponent and see what happens. And also trying to psychologically focus on your positives in your position. Which helps build hopefully better. Okay, this isn't good. Alrighty. I believe that that's it's that game. We got another one coming up. Alright, more Indian defenses, perhaps? Yeah, we're going to have some more Indian defenses. No London. I do not like London. Okay, so Nimzo. Classical variation. I played a variation like this against National Master Chris Knox. I ended up losing the game, but I was happy with how I played. Alright, so now that this knight is no longer pinned, I want to open an avenue for my bishop to come back into the game. And looks like we've picked up a pawn to boot, because if you play rook d1 and try to pin the knight, I can play knight takes f3, which is check, and then abandon the d file with the queen. If you capture, your bishop on c4 is temporarily hanging, which he fixed quite promptly. Okay. So now we can develop the bishop, bring the rooks to the central files, and play a nice game. I don't mind the broken pawn structure in front of my king just yet, because you no longer have the bishop here. And if I play bishop d7, rook c8, rook d8, it could be fairly nice. Okay. So why did I play f5? A couple reasons. First of all, it blocks off the bishop's big diagonal. Second reason, it cuts off queen to g4 check. And third of all, it helps me control more key squares around my king. And e5 wasn't possible because then I just allow him to chop on f5. Yep, so the bishop retreat is so that we can cover these squares some more. Potentially plop the bishop on g5 if it can stay there, that would be great. Because the f pawn cannot chase the bishop. And your queen is kind of out of play on h3. Okay, so queen f3. So now we continue forward with the plan of putting the bishop on c6. Knight g3, bishop c6. Oh, there's a nice cheap tactic here with that. So winning material back. I think since I'm a pawn up, I'll take the tactic. Because if you check here, I have bishop f6. If you check there, I have king g6, and now your knight and your queen are simultaneously under attack. And I'm anticipating, yep, king captures. Queen b5 check. And now queen e2. For a couple of reasons. First of all, swinging the rook to the back potentially. Second of all, queen trade gets forced as I'm up a pawn. The queen trade is typically going to be advantageous to me. And third reason, it undoubles my pawns and therefore does activate my majority. I'll take the rook ending as I will have a more active king, more active rook, and I'll have the more active pawn majority. And as you might have guessed, in endings, activity is very important. Although activity without blundering is also pretty good. I think that this is fine because you take, I play rook b6, and then I play bishop f6. Oh, but you just played b3. Yeah, I just gave back my pawn for no reason. Oh well. Let's just keep playing a good game, and we'll see what happens. See if we can lift the rook down there into that. Okay, I think I'll take this. I know you have the 2-on-1 and I don't, but still confident in the bishop when there's a lot of pawns on the board on opposite sides. Yep, another endgame principle. If it's an opposite side winning situation, then the bishop is typically stronger than the knight. And let's also get a nice little avenue for our king to invade here. Perhaps f4 or another route. So alright, our king is gunning for the h-pawn. I don't think it's defendable. So that means that you likely need some sort of counterplay as white. Knight f2. Okay, that's clever. I'm going to gamble on the pawn ending. As I'm hedging my bets that I'm fast enough. And let's push this sucker. He has to play b5? Nope, 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 too slow. b5, there it is. Oh, he didn't take the pawn. So that means I cover the promotion square. That's convenient. Nice. Hey, we're just behind NM in the tournament. Life is good. This NM has only got 6 points. Wow. He's lost to a 1500? He probably berserked the game. but I'll take it. Hey, 1982 performance rating is not bad, so alright, we get white again. I'm anticipating yet another Queen's Gambit declined. Okay, so no Queen's Gambit declined. Instead, Grunfeld? Yes, it is a Grunfeld defense. Knight f3, castle c5, rook b1. Castles, bishop c4. This is my kind of setup against the Grunfeld defense, as I will castle shortly. Queen h5? Can somebody else explain to me why he played Queen h5, please? Somebody in the chat. Does somebody in the chat play the Grunfeld? And woo woo, we got 5 viewers right now. Let's keep it up, boys. Again, thank you all for checking out the HSB stream. If you've been here before and you're coming back, thank you. If you're new, thank you. Alrighty, so let's see. We have the bishop pair, and you still have weaknesses on b7 because of this rook b1 idea, which I rather like in the Grunfeld. So probably rook d8, bishop e3, and a pair of rooks will get traded, but I will get additional pressure. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright. I don't think the king's going anywhere. This looks like a fairly nice bind, but where's the knockout? So the threat here is to just take off everything and then take on a7. Or just perhaps to take on a7 immediately. Because if you took on a7, I could play bishop takes d7, and that would be quite convenient. So what? Knight takes e5. Pawn takes e5. Rook takes... How does this work? Oh, that's how it does. You chop with the bishop. That was very clever. Good job, opponent. It was a very interesting resource. Alright, so we're going to be a pawn down. But we can maybe mosey our king into the game. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, we'll just try to set traps as best we can. Alright, let's see if we can get in his back. Yeah, because rooks are on the board here, I like black. Okay, check. I think my opponent just ran out of what to do. So we win one pawn back, and this pawn does not look good. You probably have to play, yep, he played it. And I'm anticipating something that attacks the bishop. Okay. Oh. Not good. Not good. The good thing is we do have two connected passed pawns. And that's something to work with. Oh boy. Yep, just that, and that's game. Good job, NM Overslump and Cobra 11. I see your challenge, and I am accepting it right now. Thank you for challenging me, Cobra. London system, so you're a London system guy. I've played against the London system a lot with a black, but I haven't played it much personally as white. So maybe Cobra, you can give me a couple of pointers on how to play the London well. Alright, so h3, I don't really understand that move. But how am I going to get at the king if he starts pushing his pawns forward? Yeah, I'll give you credit, Cobra. This is a really nice setup you've got. Okay. Bishop h2. f4, okay. Oh, that's not good, because f5. Or g4. That probably does the trick, too. Yeah, g5. Oh, Okay, g6. And I'm not sure I like the queen h5 invasion though, Cobra, because it stops you from having dynamic play with f5. Um, and now I get even more protection over f5, and I'm about to play my knight there. So I basically force you to give up your bishop pair for it, and then I have a pawn on f5 myself, which basically just stops all of your dynamic play. And then now that that's stuck, I don't think that would be good for you. Okay, yeah, I think that's wise to go back to e5. Yeah, again, it's really hard for you to break through here, because even if you open... Oh, you're about to open that file, okay. And I have no time, which is also rather inconvenient. Time. Oh, this is a 3+ nil game. That's not good. I trapped the queen, but I don't know if that'll end up doing me any good, because I have no time on the clock. Okay, no time. No time. So we activate full bullet mode here. Oh. Oh. Man, good game, Cobra. Good game, my friend. Alright, let's make our way back to that Checkmate coronavirus tournament. I mean, it was nice to face NM. Oh, there's a Candidate Master playing here too? Awesome. Alrighty. Delert, please do not spam links that you want me to watch in the chat. That's not what the chat is for. So just please be respectful of everyone else and don't spam links in the chat, Delert. Alright. 5. I can play a6 here. I can also play bishop b4. This kind of resembles a 4-knight situation, but not quite. So let's just castle. I think you mixed up your move order on that a bit. Knight takes d5, yeah. I think you mixed up the move order because I'm not sure whether the bishop or the knight is better here, but I do get queenside files for my rooks, which is good. Yep, bishop c4, I just shut down your file and I'm threatening rook b3. Just cementing your pawn in place. I know that's a dumb pre-move, but that's what pre-moves are for. 95. Okay, we'll trade. If you want to take on c4, you lose b2. I'm not sure who's better here. Obviously not queen f3, but that's at least a threat. And oh no, bad news. I don't think this guy is super high rated. Wow. He was 1768. How did you miss that really easy mate in 2? Oh, there's a woman international master playing here too. Oh, that's really cool how there's a bunch of titled players. I really love how there's so many titled players in these Checkmate coronavirus arenas, whether it's just in the chat, kind of moderating the chat, or whether it's really actually playing, like the National Master that we saw earlier, or that we played earlier. Saw a Canada Master already in the tournament. And hopefully my computer is not getting too slow. So this is called the exchange Slav, and I never really understood a6 in the semi-Slav. I think I've played this once over the board, and I did win that game. What the heck? Rook a7. Rook a7? Well, hold up. Your rook does not belong on a7. Even if I'm just a beginner, I'm not just a beginner. I've been playing for a couple years, but I can understand that rook does not belong on a7. If you want to put the rook, well, you couldn't play it to b8, but you could go knight a5 to defend the thing and b6. How does this rook ever enter the game? Beats me. I don't like g4 because of bishop takes e5. However, I do like knight takes c6 because, again, I'm taking advantage of your rook being badly placed. Because, again, I have pressure on a6 now. And okay, so piece of advice, if you're playing me, don't just make moves like rook a7, which don't look very good and probably aren't very good. Okay, back to the game. Alright, so c6 is weak. I don't care if you get d4. Yeah, and again, another consequence of rook a7 is you can't go rook a6 because my bishop is right there. If you had played rook b8, you could have gone rook b6. Alright, time to start plundering pawns and other miscellaneous things. Okay. Might not be the most accurate move, but who cares? It's Blitz. Okay. Yeah, even good masters, it's like, who cares? It's Blitz. You can play whatever opening you want. Have fun. And just enjoy your nice Blitz game. So g3 first, because when I play takes, can't do that obviously. Anyway, I just need an escape square for the king. Trying to stop these runaway pawns. maybe on my screen display I should put BMHSB, Blunder Master HSB. That would be pretty funny, as it is very accurate. I am the master of miscellaneous blunders. Can I hold this? I think so. On second thought, maybe not. But at least we're going to give this a good fight. Okay. If there's any chance we have, it's that knowing that he has double pawns. No, no. I'm not playing Blitz to improve my calculation skills. I'm playing Blitz to improve my intuition. If I want to play a slower game, then perhaps I will do rapid or classical, as despite being not quite 1900 in Blitz, I'm actually over 2100 in classical, and I'm about 2000 in rapid. So 4 nights, Sicilian 4 nights, Sicilian 4 nights, come on. I've been studying this for weeks. Oh. Blasted Alpine Sicilians, okay. Typically in these structures, you don't want to take on c6 as white, because that just fixes my pawn structure. And he's also broken rule number 2 that I discovered in the Alpine. You have to castle early, rook e1, and try to put pressure down the open file before I castle, as it can make my game considerably more awkward. Alright, we got this. Nothing hangs, so that's a good start. If you play queen h6, there's no bishop g5. So if you play there, this is annoying. Yeah, I'm threatening this. I think bishop g4 at the end does trap the queen, so you have to be careful. Okay, so h3 prevents bishop g4, smartly. In the meantime, let's see what we can get out of our two bishops pointing toward the king side. Knight c6, b takes c6, bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4, queen e2, queen d6, g3. Yeah, he's fine. Takes. I'm not concerned about my dark squares yet, but I very well might be. Taking on e4 I think is a very bad idea for white. Yep, this is a pretty common theme to try to open up a fellow's king side. Let's play knight takes g3. Try to keep the queens on the board a little bit longer. As now this diagonal and the king is not very safe. Queen f6. Wants to trade queens. I don't like trading queens. I'm the attacker, but he's also threatening mate. So that may be a good enough reason to trade queens. Alright, you can't play bishop d4 because now I'm up 2 pawns. Alright, hey, if you're in the audience and you want to play me on Lead Chess, you can send me a challenge at AChessB, and I will take up your challenge as soon as I am through with this game. I gotta be careful about getting back ranked. So this hopefully secures a route out for my king. King h4. Be careful and don't get mated by the rook, which would be rather sad. And if you have sent me a challenge on Lead Chess at AChessB, I won't see it while I'm in the game, as I have turned on something called Zen mode on Lead Chess. You can activate this mode, which stops you from seeing your opponent's rating before the game. I enjoy it, but that also means that I will not see your challenge either. Alright, we're still going to be up a pawn. But now we're up no pawns. The thing we do have going for us is this king is cut off on the h file, which is not a good sight for the white king. However, here at HSB, we do have an unnatural talent at losing winning endings, so I'm hoping that today will not be one of those days where I just lose the ending that was completely winning. Check, 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 picks up this pawn. And gets behind that one. I'm gonna enter this ending because I think that I can draw this or maybe even win this with correct play. So 2 pawns for the exchange. Both of us very low on time. I think I'll take these odds. I'll offer some peace as you seem to be just swerving back and forth on the 3rd rank, and I'll take the draw. I lost to a cheater 4 minutes ago. Huh. Well, good for the chess community that one more cheater has been removed, and I am also grateful for the rating points back. We're almost pulling even with that National Master again, and we're actually ahead of another Candidate Master who's having a good tournament. Oh, we got a FIDE Master leading the tournament. Alright, and we have a game again. Alright, my friends. And the battle against the Berserkers continues. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Trompowsky attack is a way for the person who is white to create an immediate imbalance from the start of the game by giving up the 2 bishops for, in return, a compromised pawn structure for me, but I'm not, or used to be not hugely concerned. After I'm going to have to give up the pawn. Good news is it's hard to hold on to because I can maneuver the knight around and you're slightly behind on development. Alright, again, if you're just checking in, feel free to challenge me on Elite Chess. I am currently streaming the Checkmate Coronavirus Arena on Elite Chess, but I am currently also open to accepting challenges. I promise to live up to my reputation and blunder as many things as I can, but I will try my doggone best. Again, if you don't know who to challenge, challenge A, Chess, B, the same handle that you see on your Twitch stream. Yeah, if you fail to come up with a plan, just H-pawn. Right. I don't think that's a good move. F4 forces the bishop back to D6, and he wins a pawn. Or we just blunder the pawn to him anyway. Oh, ouch. He's still mating, queen d7. Okay. Luckily, I don't have to solve that problem right now of is he mating? Or technically, I shouldn't say he, I should say my opponent. All right, I'm short on ideas. Well, I'm also short of position as well, which is rather inconvenient. My esteemed opponent is currently up 2 exchanges. The only thing holding him back is that berserk. So we shall do our very best to distract as best we can. Because, oh, there we go. Even if we have to give up the bishop for the A pawn, it is not a huge deal, as he does not have my opponent does not have time on the clock to think. A7, just take. Okay. The opponent's on 2 seconds. One second. Flagged. I flagged FM. Yes. 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 Let's go. In your face, FM. In your face. I just beat the #1 guy in the tournament. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. 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 Oh man, somebody please clip that. Oh man. Yes. Yes. Oh man. That's a way to get back above 1900. Flagging an FM in a drawn position. Well, first of all, you basically earned the draw against the FM. And then second of all, you flagged the FM because he berserked and has no increment. Yes! Alright, let's check this opening here. E3, bishop d6, c4, d takes, bishop takes, castles, knight c3. Yeah, and that's why bishop e6 is a problem, because it gives white the chances. But here f5 would have been best. Alright, Okay, so that wasn't bad. But after that, it seemed to be a pretty decent game. Oh, the computer analysis hasn't gotten there yet, and hopefully the computer analysis isn't slowing the stream for the viewers. Viewers, please let me know if it is slowing down the stream. But we just beat an FM who I believe won the tournament. He came second. Because we beat that FM, we forced the FM to come second. If the FM won that game, he would have won the tournament. Nice. We beat a FIDE master. I know that not all of you can see what's on the left side of my screen, but again, I can show you this. We just flagged a FIDE master in a drawn position, which feels really nice. Since the arena is over, I think that also might be it on the stream. If anybody that wants to challenge me on lead chess, at HSB on lead chess, same handle that you see on the stream, please do so. I'll probably play 2 more games, just one in the lobby and another challenger potentially. All right, we're playing a 2305-minute Blitz here. Let's see what damage we could do. Hey, if we just beat a FIDE that, well, we flagged a FIDE. And if anyone is still in the chat room and would like to help me guide the raid, please let me know what you would, or who you would like to potentially see when I raid them. But wow, I feel pretty accomplished. So that probably means I need to update the titled section on my commands list, as the last titled player that I have beat is no longer a candidate master, Mr. Kjell Peterson. It is the one who goes by FIDE Master, the Stench. In the meantime, we do have a broken queenside structure, but I don't like grabbing that because I have rook a1 and I have serious pressure on your a pawn. Man, I'm still in the game versus a 2300 and I'm just 1900, I guess. This is just kind of my day. Yeah, I don't mind taking just about everything off the board because we're up the pawn. Our opponent does have the bishop here, so that is something to work with. although he might have less bishops to work with after potentially something like knight e4, and I think you have to trade off the knight there because I'm threatening to jump into d6. Can you play bishop takes? You can't. Because rook takes, queen takes, gets mated. So, yeah, that's a clever move. Wait, queen takes c3, which is probably just as clever, but is not because it blunders the queen. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so you win the queen back. Huh. How obtuse am I? Okay. This is just a 4v4 rook and same colored bishop ending. Where my potentially best hope is to get my king to invade, but this is drawn. This is dead drawn. Yeah, yada yada. Oh, I just got myself helpmated. Oh, I just got myself helpmated. Oh, I didn't. Because my rook covers e3. Oh, man. Okay, so this is a draw. Yeah, because this guy's a 2300. He's gonna keep trying to win this game, but I think it just might be time to offer peace. And I don't think that. I mean, of course, I'm an amateur. I'm a 1900. There is plenty of ways to lose this, but objectively, this should be drawn. All right, declines the draw, but I don't see anything to do for you here. Okay. You can try g5 and try to create imbalances, but when you play this check, you're no longer attacking the bishop, so I can just king f3. Hey, everything's defended. Yep, rook e4. Yeah, takes. This is equal. Because it's impossible for his king to come forward. And now my king is entrenched on e4, and there's really just no getting by it. I mean, you could potentially wiggle your way all the way over, but check, check. Okay, you're cleverly going for the pawn. And you're winning all the pawns. That is unfortunate. Man, I had the game drawn too. Tenth move was winning, my opponent says in the chat. 10, bishop d5. Was winning. I'm assuming this guy is speaking German, but yes, you are correct. Bishop d5 was winning on move 10. Oh well. Oh well. Alright. That's going to be it for the stream for today. We're going to go out and raid. Anamaya is live. Nice. Oh, the hashtags are also live. I think we'll... And the hashtags are doing a sub battle with Celestia, looks like. So we'll pop over to hashtag chess. I hope you all enjoy.